Yo, back again. Today I want to talk about my setup. I've been making a lot of videos discussing my Fanatec wheel, but having the steering wheel and pedals is only part of the equation. How you have your wheel set up is just as important to how much you're going to enjoy sim racing. Before we went into my actual room to take a look at how I managed the whole setup, I wanted to start here as kind of a throwback. For those of you that have been following me for a while, you'll know that my BMW M4 was kind of like the center of like my universe for a point in time, and it's really how the channel first started when I picked up my M4 in Germany. And while I don't have the M4 anymore, I got this printout made a couple years ago just to honor it. But enough about that, let's go take a look at my room. Alright, so this is an office that I share with my girlfriend, and actually before we walk in, take a look at this. So if you play games over Wi-Fi and you're kind of like how I am and you're just fed up with lag and latency or whatever it is, I would highly recommend doing this. So it's basically an Ethernet cable that I have running all the way to the living room, and then it connects back here to my PS4, which is on my desk. Another thing that I found out recently was a big change for me is playing actual PS4 games on my monitor instead of on the TV. Before getting really into sim racing, I was playing a lot of, Call of Duty regular games, and it's just, I don't know, it's more, I don't know if it's fun or immersive, but a lot more enjoyable on a monitor. So here we basically have like my regular work setup. So I have two 27-inch monitors. This one is a 4K HP, and this one, it just goes up to 1440, and it's a Dell monitor. And then we have my MacBook Pro, which is my regular laptop, which is what you're seeing right now. And then we have the PS4 Pro. And then I have a couple peripherals like, so this is Red Dragon, Cherry Keys mechanical keyboard, and Logitech, oh god, I forgot the name of it, but yeah, Logitech mouse. And then there's also a mouse pad. The mouse pad, Magic Pad, actually comes in really handy when video editing and when looking through Excel files. I love being able to just like flip through pages and move up and down. But so I start like this, but what I'm going to show you now is kind of the transformation process on how I turn this setup into a sim racing setup. So here you have it. I am pretty much good to go here. And so as you see, the monitor just changed to the content on the PlayStation 4, which is F1 2020. I think I'm in my career mode on the Hanoi Grand Prix. I'm actually really struggling with this track. It's a hard track to learn because there's so many walls. But yeah, regarding my setup, so we have the CSL Elite wheel. The Challenger Playseat is basically the star of the show. So this Challenger Playseat was about $300, and it's really a must-have. It's not the ideal seat. There are seats that are much better than this, but the fact that I can just put it away and basically store it over here at the end of the day and go back into my regular work setup is a huge game changer for me. I'll give you a look at the pedals. So this Challenger Playseat, I think, is made more so for the G29 Logitech wheels and I think it was Thrustmaster, and so like everything fits fine, but it did take a lot of work to get the pedals in. I actually have a lot of zip ties, if you can see here. zip ties here, zip ties here, zip ties in the back, zip ties there. And so that was a bit of a challenge, but it wasn't, it's not like a deal breaker. Now that I have it all set up, it's completely fine. The other thing that's kind of a flaw of my setup and something I'm gonna try to work on soon is the headset. And so there's no headset port in the base, in a Fanatec base. So anytime I want to, get on party chat or with F1 2020, you want to talk to your engineers, I have to basically plug in the headset into my controller. And the controller for the PS4 battery dies super fast, so then the controller has to be plugged in. And so I have this extra, cable that goes along to make sure the PS4 controller is plugged, and then a headset, and then basically the headset ends up here. But it works for now. And so it's one of those things where I will get to it eventually, but it's not high on my priority list because these headsets, I forgot the name. What is this company? Bloody? I think it's Omsi or something like that. Mochi gaming headset. The headset itself is not bad. It's actually pretty good. My ears never get too hot or anything. And the mic seems to work just fine. But yeah, there you have it. I would say a couple things. This strap here, this not strap, but this mechanism to keep the wheel in place is a little bit iffy. I sometimes find myself trying to tighten things up in the middle of a race. And there's also that point of, what is the best angle for the steering wheel? Should it be pointed, straight at your chest, or should it be up a little bit more? So that's always, kind of a challenge. But for the most part, this is kind of what I see. And so I'm really happy about it. Like I said earlier, before this, I would have this base connected straight to my desk. And I was just playing, in a wooden chair. You can't use an office chair like this because with the rollers, anytime you hit on the brakes, you're just gonna be pushed back. And so you need something that's gonna keep you in place. And I mean, for $300, and maybe, you could find it on sale for now, this Challenge Playseat is well worth the money. Definitely happy I bought it. I think, I do want to upgrade seats. I'm not sure exactly what the next seat will be for me. I think I saw, I believe it was James from, was it James? Or maybe it was TRL Limitless, but I was watching their setup and they had really nice seats. And so we'll like to get to it at some point, but for the time being, I'm happy with what I have. But yeah, let me know what you think of my setup. Is it worthy? The whole setup, the Fanatec wheel and the seat was basically $1,100. It would usually be cheaper than that, but because of COVID and the fact that everybody's getting into sim racing, pushed the price up. But yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next one. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And yeah, if you could subscribe, that would also help as well. All right, see you later. Peace.